Right. So, welcome to the very first session of the Feb 26th edition of Child Healing and Reiki. Um, Rupashri ma'am is not new to this process, right? This is probably her second or third round.
It's my second one, ma'am.
Second one in terms of healing, third one,
Yeah.
yeah, right. So, let me take up this session as I would if you were a first timer. So please don't mind the repetition, Rupashima. Right. Right. So, Ankita ma'am, we are going to set ourselves up on a journey. Okay. So this is not going to be a one session over and things happen, that kind of a thing. Because you're already into the healing space, you understand that this would be a journey. So inner child healing comes under the broader umbrella called hypnotherapy, right? And here we're particularly going to look into an individual's, or in this case yourself, from your age 0 until 15. Sometimes you would go beyond, before your age 0 too. Right? So you know karmic healing. So you know what is the significance of going beyond age 0, the other side. Right? But inner child healing is all about focusing on the trauma that you have picked up in this lifetime, particularly this childhood. Okay. So when I say trauma, it would come from the external environment. And when I say external environment, so it's anybody and everybody and everything other than you yourself, your parents, your siblings, your teachers, the environment you grew up in, your friends. So everybody come under this category called external environment. And everybody has inner child trauma. There is not a single person yet who has not created some kind of trauma as a child. It's part of the growing up process. But it becomes problematic when it is not allowing you to be happy in your present life, in your current life, at the present age. Okay, most of us overcome trauma, but most of us don't overcome this kind of trauma. So where does all of this reflect? So, some big pointers as to where, or some indicators that trauma is stopping you or trauma is impacting you in your life could be your present life, especially your money energy. What does your financial status look like? That's a huge indicator of the trauma that you've been through, the trauma that you're carrying. So imagine having a 15-20 kg rice on top of your head. You're roaming around all over with that. It will impact your life, or rather the quality of your life. So we are going to work on trying to get this 15-20 kg rice bag off your head. Right. So as a practice, whenever I start healing, whichever healing program I'm doing, there are 3 things that I always do. Okay. One is heal the parents, and then touch upon karmic healing. Obviously, we are going to do a lot of pattern breaking here, and work on your self-esteem. So no matter which program I'm doing, no matter whom I'm mentoring, no matter what we are doing, I always ensure that these 3-4 things are taken care of. That mentees get to work on these 3-4 things, because they appear to be, over the last 4 years I've been systematically observing that these things appear to impact a person a lot more than it looks, right? So today we're going to start off from there. Heal your mother first, right? So before we begin, what is the mindset you need to get into? You need to remember that your mother is a human being first before she became your mother, right? And human beings are prone to making mistakes. Human beings are prone to learning from mistakes, and human beings will mess up their lives. Like, this is common to all of us, right? You might be going through a set of things right now, and so is everybody else. For you it is this, for everybody else it could be something else, but everybody will have problems, right? So let us look at our mothers from the standpoint that they are individuals, souls on their own journey. And as parents, and as a parent, she has done the best possible in our case, whatever she knew, whatever maturity she had. Okay, so this is a process, right? Let me start with this first, and then we can move on to other modes of therapy that I'm going to get you involved with. Alright, ready? Are you well hydrated? Yeah. Right. Any questions on what I've said so far? Anything that you need more clarity with?
Not right now.
Alright, fantastic. Is the audio, the meditation music, audible enough, comfortable enough for you to sit with? Let us just take a deep breath in and gently relax, shoulders relaxed, spine erect, eyes closed. And I believe you have a support at your back, right? Both of you. Right. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax, eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Allow all that oxygen to flood into your heart space. Breathe out, relax. Take a deep breath in. And this time, breathe out through your mouth with a ha sound. I would prefer you to have your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out through your mouth with a ha sound. Allow your body to relax. I'm going to be counting from 20 down to 1 to help you get into a deep state of relaxation. 20. Your legs are relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, 19. Your lower body from your hip down is relaxed. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, 18. Your abdomen region feels absolutely relaxed. Allow it to relax. Take a deep breath in. 17. And as you breathe out, allow your lower back to relax. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, allow the upper part of your spine to relax. 16. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax your chest, your torso. 15. You're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, 14. Allow your neck, your shoulders to completely relax. Allow your shoulders to feel loose and limp. This is where we carry a lot of weight. The weight of our responsibilities, burden can be felt on the shoulders. It's time to keep all that burden off from your shoulders and allow it to relax. 13. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, allow your entire face and head, your forehead, your eyes, your ears, your nose to relax. Take a deep breath in. 12. Allow your thoughts to flow. Do not resist any thought. Take a deep breath in. And 1. 11. Allow your entire body to relax. Take a deep breath in again. 10. You're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. Nine. 8. You're completely relaxed. 7. 6. And as I count down from 5 down to 1, you're moving into the deepest possible state of relaxation. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. You are in an absolute state of relaxation. Imagine that you're sitting in a theater. It's all empty. You are the only spectator. Even if no one's around, you feel absolutely safe and secure in this space. 6 feet away from you is a screen on which you are now beginning to watch a movie. This is the movie of your mother's life. As I count down from 5 to 1, you're moving back in time to when your mother was born. 5, you're moving back in time. 4, You're going back in time when your mother was born. 3, 2, and 1. Let us understand why she is the way she is today, in whichever form she is. Notice. Allow the thoughts to flow. There is no right or wrong. Whatever comes into your mind is the right thought. Notice how she was received when she was born into this world. How was she welcomed into this world? She is now growing up into a toddler. Notice her understanding of the people around her. And as she's growing up into a young little girl, notice what is her understanding of happiness, love, acceptance. What is her understanding about all that is going on in her life? Notice if there were more children around her. Was her life easy or hard? Was she poor or well off? What did her daily routine look like? How did it feel to be living her life? Did she feel safe and accepted? Was she loved by her parents? Did she have a sense of belonging? Did she feel that she mattered? Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, relax. Now return to your own self. Come back to the theater. Let's take a moment to reflect. Notice patterns from your mother's life that are now repeating in your life. Become aware of any pain of your mother's that you are probably experiencing even now. You've probably inherited it from her. The good news is you can help her heal by being more resourceful, and let's do that now. We are now going to create a positive version of your mother's childhood. This is an energetic recreation of your mother's childhood. And energy is beyond the limits of space, time, and dimensions. Let us begin by imagining the second movie that you are watching on the screen. Your mom is just being born and she's being welcomed by her parents with open hands. Imagine that your grandparents are telling the newborn baby, "Welcome, little one. We're so happy you chose us as your family. Here, you're absolutely safe and protected. You are so much loved here." As she's growing up into a young little girl, see how she can deeply express who she is. She has the freedom to take decisions on her own. And every decision of hers is honored. She's highly respected. She is living her happiest life. She is safe, loved, and significant. Allow her life to expand into adulthood. As a person, as an adult, she's full of confidence, positivity, and she feels grateful to be living this life of hers. Wherever she goes, she is honored, respected, and encouraged by everybody around her. I want you to come to the moment where she's about to give birth to you. I want you to tell this to your mom right now. You feel strong, resourceful, and safe. You feel strong, resourceful, and safe. You are ready to have a child just like you. You are ready to have a child just like you. You absolutely feel strong, resourceful, and safe. And when you are ready, allow yourself to return to the theater. I want you to see on the screen 2 images of your mother, the one that you saw first and the one that you just energetically recreated. And allow both these images to merge into the image of the mother who actually raised you. Now look at this image of your mother and say this to her. You may say this aloud or within your mind. Dear mother, I'm sorry for all the struggles that you've gone through. I'm sorry for all the opportunities that you might have missed out on. Everything you wanted but couldn't get on time. I so wish you've got all of that right on time. I wish to return back to you all the pain and behavioral patterns that you have left in me. Because I know you did not mean to harm me knowingly. I'm going to help you heal. And together, we will create the life we both truly deserve. Allow yourself to come back to the moment just before you were born. Imagine being born into this world filled with safety and love, where you are deeply honored. And as you come into this world, you hear, "Welcome into this world, little one. We're so glad you are here with us." Allow yourself to immerse in all this love and acceptance. And allow each cell of your body to get rejuvenated with this love. And when you're ready to grow up, just imagine yourself growing up with a resourceful mother, with a healed personality. I want you to see how you have your mother's hand on your shoulder as you're growing up, feeling absolutely supported, totally loved and respected, and feeling like the most blessed child in this universe who's making her way through life with all the support from your mother. You never feel alone or lost because your mother always has your back. Allow yourself to come back to your age, your current age, and see that you're smiling, you're happy, you're successful, and you are at peace. Because a healed mother has raised another healed adult. See that you're absolutely immersed in the love and acceptance that your mother has given you. And with this, I will start counting 10 to 1 backwards. Pay gratitude to your mother. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, you may gently rub your palms. Give it to your eyes and face and open your eyes. Ankita ma'am. Yeah, how is this for you?
I listened to what you were saying for a while, and after that, it went very deep. Then I don't know. I was listening whatever you were saying, but I don't remember.
You zoned out.
Huh?
You kind of zoned out,
Yeah, yeah.
which is good.
Okay.
Which is good. Because this is, I told you, this is hypnotherapy, right? So even if you zone out, we are in your subconscious. So whether you are consciously working on it or not, your subconscious listens to the instructions. So even if you're not actively participating, things get done at the subconscious level, which is good. Your body wants to shut your conscious brain because somewhere your conscious brain was coming in between the healing process. So this happens. That is when zoning out happens. Else, you could have been extremely tired. But no matter what,
Mm.
zoning out is good. So when you are conducting sessions later on, and if you
Yeah.
see people zoning out, don't fret.
Okay.
It's good. It's good for you. The work that the healing process gets done very effectively. Give me one moment. Is my screen visible to you?
Yes.
I want you to take out your pen and paper. Right. So to the left side of the table, you will find keywords on how your mother's behavior could have been, and to the right is a trait that you would have picked up as a consequence. Okay. So you are going to note down all those traits that you can map to your mother's behavior, whichever you resonate with. It can be one, it can be two, it can be all of them. That's fine, right? And I've only put up keywords. I'm going to be explaining each and every point with you, right? You just revisited and energetically recreated your mother's childhood, but let's understand what her behavior was and how it impacted you now, right? So, if your mother has been critical, so let's understand this first. She is a human being first, right? Her own trauma could have led her to behave a certain way. So, let us look at her with that compassion, with that acceptance first, right? So, if the mother has been very critical in her comments, when I say critical, she'd be very critical in her opinion, you know, as in giving critical comments about every single thing that you've done. If that's been her way of behavior, then when the child grows up into an adult, the adult is likely to have a very loud inner critic. You never get to, give approval to yourself, because you're habituated to listening to critical comments for everything that you've done since your childhood. So you're flooded with a lot of self-doubts. So usually these people tend to be overthinkers and procrastinators, because somewhere it deeply impacts their self-esteem. So before they end up doing something, they're like, okay, am I actually doing the thing the right way? What if? A lot of what ifs come up. Or else, oh, I have one more task at hand. Let me postpone it. And let it finally come. And it finally goes to a zone where you are not able to avoid it anymore. And you face the troubles of being a procrastinator. That's because somewhere your brain is hardwired with critical commenting for everything that you've done since you were a child. If you resonate with this, you may note this point down. Okay. The second was an unapproving mother. So basically, all of us have 4 spiritual needs. Okay, every soul has 4 spiritual needs: feeling approved, feeling acknowledged, feeling safe, and feeling loved. Okay. So approval is saying that yes, you're right. But I don't mean that she has to say that to you even when you've done wrong stuff. But the little acknowledgement, the little, approvals when you have done little things, that go a long way into building up your self-esteem. But see, their idea is to probably give you reinforcements or feedback to make you into a more perfect person. But if we weren't able to process it the same way that she intended it to be, then we end up creating a trauma out of it. Okay. So let's say your mother was not happy with your marks. No matter what you scored, she'll be like, okay, you scored the second rank, what about being the first? Or she had been very critical about, or unapproving. Critical is a different thing. Absolutely saying, no, that was a really bad selection of profession, bad college, bad job, bad friends. Your lifestyle is bad. So if that's the kind of unapproval that you have been listening, then as an adult, you're likely to have a very strong fear of being judged. So because as a child, you're always concerned about your mother's opinion, and now as an adult, you're habituated to think, what will happen to me? What will the society say about me? Log kya kahenge? Right? This is a very common thing in Indian societies. Log kya kahenge? What will the others say? Tada comes from the mother. Okay? Unapproving mother. If you resonate with this, you may note this down. Alright. The next, passive aggressive behavior, right? What does this mean? It's a pattern that your mother uses to show displeasure. She is not very happy, but she is not letting it out also. She is being extremely silent, shutting off totally when she is angry. She's probably in denial. She's avoiding the reality. She's using a lot of sarcasm to show unhappiness. Okay. Cold treatment. You'd be like worried. 10 days, mom is not talking. What's wrong with her? And you never know why she's like that. Right? She could actually speak out about it, say she's annoyed, say she's not happy, but that would never happen. There's no expression, a positive expression of whatever anger, frustration that she's feeling. It comes from underlying anger, frustration, sadness, insecurity, but she possibly doesn't know that she has to express it the right way. And instead of giving cold treatment, right? If you think you have been associated with many such memories about your mom, then probably today as an adult you would suffer from lack of confidence. You might also have passive aggressive behavioral patterns because that's the model you were shown as a child, right? Because the lack of confidence comes from the fact that as a child you never knew what would piss your mother off, and when she would go absolutely silent, mute. That can be very scary for a child. Right? If you resonate with this, you may know this now. The next pattern. Your mother would always have been here, physically present, giving her best, fulfilling her responsibilities, but probably emotionally unavailable. You probably needed your mother to be available for you, understand you, right? Right? You wanted, if you were angry, you wanted an adult to help you understand that anger. Or you wanted her to be with you when you were sad, help you deal with that sadness, probably, if that was a need you had as a child. But then your mother was not there emotionally available. The மேல cupboardல இருக்கு. Then even as a child and now as an adult, you would probably find it very difficult to process, express, or understand your own emotions. Because expressing emotions you're probably made to feel that it's wrong to express hard and heavy emotions or inappropriate. There were parents who would say, stop creating unnecessary drama. Right? If you have gone through that kind of scenarios, it's likely that as an adult also you find it difficult to process your emotions. There are some children who just stop expressing themselves, repeatedly when this happens. Okay. So an emotionally unavailable mother means the adult also finds it difficult to process their own emotions, express it in a nice way. Right. Should I move on to the next one? Yes. What if you have a codependent mother? Probably she was financially dependent on any other family member, like your father, like her in-laws. Or was she so preoccupied with a family member that she was always dependent on the other people to run her life? Right? If you can associate with this feeling, then probably you will see that she never set boundaries. To her, everything was a yes. And probably you suffer from weak boundaries in your life as well. You've mostly given too much from your end without receiving the same love. Probably because your mom has gone through the same thing. She was extremely codependent and you turned up as a person who found it very difficult to set boundaries. It's not that she was very happy being codependent. Okay, but because of the situations, she was codependent, and therefore you have learned to set weak boundaries. There are no strong boundaries in your life, and therefore frustration, sadness, boiling under that happy face, all this is a common phenomenon. If you resonate with this, please note this down. Right, the next, a highly controlling mother. If you have noticed that as a child and probably as a young adult, you are very rebellious with your choices, it's likely that your mother was a very highly controlled freak, a huge control freak. Huh? Right? It's because most of your energy would be focused on rebelling the decisions she made for you. And sometimes you would be wondering, okay, why did I even rebel that? You kind of loved doing the exact opposite of what you've been told. Kids do this, right? When they're highly controlled. You don't want them to get wet, but they will exactly do that. You don't want them to get dirty, they'll exactly do that. It's because they don't understand the boundaries that you're setting for them. Probably your instructions feel too much of being control set up for them. You should probably ask yourself if you have ever done this, that why you need to act weirdly, why you are always rebelling. So, as an adult now, if you are a person who hates taking orders, no, you hate being told to what you need to do, then this is actually associated with being raised by a mother who was highly controlling, who kept giving you orders on what to do and what not to do. Right? The seventh point, a highly pessimistic mother. She was probably scared, but then how it could have impacted you is, as an adult, you have real self sabotaging thoughts. Let me explain this. If you're someone who can think of the negative outcomes in a given scenario all the time, you're so scared. You're primed to think the negative outcomes first before you can think positive about it. Something like that is happening. And that's called having self sabotaging thoughts. It comes from a mother who was likely very pessimistic. Okay, with now these points in mind, I'd like you to note down if there are points that you resonate from this. Now, this is not the only 7 points, a lot more than that. I can give you 25, 30 points like this, but I kind of pulled together the most generic of them. On these lines, if you feel that there are more patterns that you probably inherited from your mother, you may note that down too. Done? Okay. Are there any things or are there any certain particular points that you want to talk about?
Pessimistic, when you said we are self-sabotaging, so what do you mean by that?
No, there are people who just have very strong negative beliefs. This is not going to be okay. I am going to end up as a failure.
Okay.
Right? I am not good enough. Straightforward. Even before the thing has happened, even before the scenario has come to you, this is not going to work for me. I am this big zero.
Hmm.
Or I am not good enough to do that. I cannot do all of that. Or I just don't deserve it. Or I don't want this. Because this does not work for me at all. Something of that sort.
Okay.
That is
No.
self sabotaging because I've seen people who've been in this thinking pattern for decades and they've never made it big in their career, never made it big. I wouldn't say making big means being extremely uh, successful or something, but they would never even try at new opportunities coming their way. They'd be stuck with their own thing, saying, I don't, no, this will not work for me. All this will not be good for me. And by doing so, they're not only stopping their own growth and evolution, they'll be stopping their entire family's growth and evolution as adults. But where does this come from? It comes from a mother who say no. A lot of pessimism from the mother's side, basically. She'd
So a lot
probably
of negativity.
yes, a lot of pessimism, especially
Mm.
because the child is so habituated to see the negative side of things first.
Because maybe she doesn't have self-worth. That's why, right?
That is one of the reasons. What if she herself has gone through the pattern of being raised pessimistically? See, in most cases, even
Mm.
self worth is habituated by parents because the kids are used to seeing that kind of behavior, that kind of belief all around.
Mm.
So, either way, it's possible. It could be low self worth, it could be because of a trauma, it could also be because she was raised that way. Which is why we did this process. Now, are you able to connect the dots? You looked into her childhood, right? Were you able to, did that flow into you actually? Were you able to see? No. Urupashri ma'am, were you able to?
Yeah, I could see what had happened to my mother's life. Like I could see the glimpses of how she came out from a like monetarily challenged childhood towards growth, and yeah, so I could see that struggle. Um,
Because we carry
mm,
her DNA, 50%
mm,
of her DNA has come down to us.
yeah,
The 50% of our DNA is our mother's DNA. That data is pretty much imprinted in us as well. We would still be able to figure out
yeah,
what are the experiences that she's been through, and that is through the energy, the emotions that you can feel. When you're just
yeah.
probing into your head what her childhood could have been. Ankita ma'am, I would request you to go through the recording, sit through the
Okay.
meditation again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, allow thoughts to flow. Now there are no
Okay.
right or wrong thoughts. Whatever comes up is good enough.
I think beginning I just heard when you were talking about the mother and getting connected. So that time I was getting connected and I was feeling like she looked down on herself as being a female. And in those days, that equal treatment was not there, right? Being a woman. So getting brought up as a child. So all those things came, and after that, I
You
don't
zoned
remember.
out, which is okay.
Yeah, okay. I'll listen to it again.
Probably this is a dominant pattern from her that would have involuntarily come down to you. We need to check.
Mm, mm,
We are going to do that exercise in another 2-3 sessions. So
okay,
we will be taking care of that.
okay.
But I want you to note this down somewhere. This could come in handy. Let's park it for now, but this would.
Mm,
Low
okay.
self worth is the biggest uh,
Mm,
culprit of all.
mm,
I
okay.
myself still carry a lot of strains of low self esteem. I've overcome that. There's a lot more
Mm,
work to do with me. I had an emotionally unavailable mother.
mm.
Still, because her mother was emotionally available. Still.
Yeah, I think same thing with my mother. It's all about her. It's all about her problems. It's all about what's going on with her in her life.
Yeah.
So when I'm like with my kids, whatever the time, then I try to be like attentive to
A lot
them.
of guilt we end up accruing because
Mm,
of that low self worth.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a huge pattern. South Indians are very good, classically good at low self esteem.
I think all Indians, because we are not taught how to appreciate. we think if we appreciate, if parents think when we are children, if they appreciate us, we'll sit on their head. And
That's only one side of the story as far as I've seen. Traditionally, you're expected to be humble. And
hmm,
people confuse humility with low self worth.
hmm, hmm, yeah.
They don't look up at good examples where people can be humble yet appreciative, yet have a
Hmm,
high self esteem both at the same time. We have had examples like that.
hmm,
But
hmm,
the general public or
hmm,
no
hmm,
common people like us, we tend to confuse humility with low self esteem.
hmm,
A humbling experience can lower your self worth. It will, so not everybody looks at it as life's lesson.
hmm. You are right, ma'am. Actually, being nice is considered as if like you don't have self-confidence. Or
or
even
or or then being aggressive and arrogant is linked with being confident, like both of that is wrong.
hmm. And even staying sometimes being silent, if you're not being vocal for everything, is considered that you can't, you don't have confidence. That's why you are not just answering back immediately or replying to things immediately.
I've seen households where when you're confronted with something
Mm.
and you respond back or you talk or give a reply, you're told that you're talking back,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
You're being too arrogant, stop talking back. You're
Mm.
not being respectful if you talk back.
Mm.
No, that's not the case. According to me, I'm defending my stand.
Mm.
So it's a fine line, no? It's a fine line between confidence and aggression. It's a very
Mm.
fine line between
Mm.
humility and low self worth.
Mm.
Both.
Ma'am, can I add something here? I saw this
Please.
pattern with in-laws, so especially with mother-in-law. Whatever you have put here, she had all those of that. Uh, so I can see that very clearly here.
Most Indian mothers-in-law are like that.
Yeah. So that's
Find me
what
an
it is.
exception. I don't know. It's again societal conditioning. People as such are very good. People as such are very good. What triggers them? Or why are they conditioned to respond to certain things a certain way? At least with Indian societies, it's very, very, very traditional and societal in terms of the conditioning. Like when they get into that role, they kind of behave a certain way, whether they know or think or would like or not like about it. So that, which is why I'm saying it's time to break the pattern.
Mm. Yeah.
You don't have to see. They have given you certain pain, knowingly or unknowingly, because probably even they were treated that way. You have a
Yes. Yeah.
choice to radiate the same energy to others, or you have a choice to break that pattern and then radiate stuff the way you want to. So
Correct.
that's choice you have. And when you do that now, you're breaking patterns. It's a choice. Always it's a choice. When you do that consistently, you're breaking the pattern. You're not then passing it on to your children, right?
Right. Yeah.
Simple. At least you are not being bitter.
Right.
It takes a lot of strength to take in all the negativity and still radiate good stuff out. But then when you understand why that negativity was radiated towards you, I think it makes your job easy. Because to start with, they themselves were hurt.
Yeah, because I actually what I did was the last 1 month. So whenever I used to wake up in the morning, so I used to get a series of things like
Downloads.
downloads. Yeah, so I used to make a note of like literally a note of the timeline, what happened, everything. So then I could conclusively see that okay, this happened, with her or like mother or father, mother-in-law or father-in-law. So this is why they behaved in a certain way because of the situations, their background, etc., etc. So that's that. Nothing I have to do. I don't have to carry all of that. So that baggage I don't have to carry. So
Yeah.
it's their life. They've done whatever they could.
See, hurt can be very instigating. Hurt can make you give hurt to others.
Yeah.
We do that. All of us do that. All of us make the mistake of doing that, knowingly or
Sure,
unknowingly.
ma'am. Yeah. Happens.
Because you are hurt, you feel like you want to hurt others as well.
Throwback, yeah.
At least I am like that. You hurt me, I want to show you what me being hurt feels like. It's not pride,
I
but
wish I could
somehow.
do that.
You wish you could do. I do that. But not always I enjoy doing that, but it hurts. Yeah, so time to identify those patterns.
Okay.
Most of the times I don't know why I'm doing certain things. And it's likely it's inherited. Right? Alright. So we're done with the first session. The homework for today is write a letter to your mother. Or if you are in a good position, good rapport with her, call her up and talk. For your mother who has passed away, write a letter. It's still going to reach her at the soul level. Energy has no boundaries. And what you'll write in the letter? Show her your acceptance. And love.
Letter of gratitude. I have this telephone to call her. It's a toy telephone.
Nice.
She's no more, so.
I ended up writing a letter to my mother even if she stays just 10 kilometers from here. I'm not comfortable talking to her.
Yeah.
I don't remember having soulful conversations ever with my mother. It's only now that I'm consciously trying to make it. Those kind of conversations were never part of my childhood. Because mom was not brought that way, right? She had 10 other siblings to be with. It was not possible for my nanny to sit and talk with each child and be emotionally available for every one of them. So when I would ask my mom, right, after I did this exercise, she would be like, I don't even know that this has to be done. Because I think people in her generation were very duty, responsibility bound and stuff like that, right? Getting your basic survival needs, getting a degree or a post graduation, and then settling in a job was probably the topmost priorities of life.
Yeah.
Probably that's how they grew up. Emotions were like the last thing on their plate of things. And I
But I
think
feel like what ma'am you were saying, sometimes even in like my own personal life, I experience it. Sometimes it is like, okay, whatever your emotions, keep it aside, but certain things have to be done.
have to be
So,
done.
so we have to just do that, and I can't just cater to that right now, or like all the time I can't cater to that. Okay, what we have to do, okay, we have to do.
Somehow they were in that grind. We are not.
Mm,
The entire generation was like that.
yeah,
Very duty
because
bound.
yeah, and I think
Toxically duty bound.
and they have huge families, right? Most of the families are big.
So I think it was mostly attributed to very strong mental health. The bodies had enough strength to handle hard emotions. People were mentally strong, maybe spiritually very strong, and therefore mentally and physically strong. Spirituality was a big high for them. That is where we have lost, the current generation. See, they could live in joint families without being bothered, right? Now we cannot stand two extra people in our lives. It's the energy difference that we are not able to handle. It's not that your character is bad. The energy incompatibility can make you move away from people. That is where we need to fix things. That's what's pretty much happening to all of us. The time and age is like that. It takes an effort to build that, but it is good that we build that. Not everybody is doing that. Yes. But they didn't have a problem with being with 10 other people. They were energetically compatible, or the energies were in a good place.
Yeah, now it's very difficult to have so many people
That
around.
is why we are working on an energy upgrade right now.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not essentially everybody was a good person. Everybody was normal, okay types of.
Mm.
Simple. Can you tolerate a distant relative for 5 days in your house? Very difficult, right?
Mm.
See, you can put up with immediate family. Say a distant relative, a tenth cousin comes up. Would you be able to tolerate them for 5 days in your house? People back then used to do that. 50 years ago, it was a common thing.
Mm.
Why not now? That's because our energy is not in a very good space. We cannot tolerate low energy because we ourselves are vibrating low.
Yeah, you were right. I remember when I was studying abroad and working there. So when I came back to India and I was staying with my father and mother. So my father was like, he was after my life that I should sleep with my younger sister, and I was like, what the hell is wrong with this man? And he was like, you people, what is your problem? You don't know, like if when he would lecture me that you bond together when you sleep together in the same room, you share the same bed. A lot of things you'll understand this, that. And it's like she doesn't want to sleep with me. And I could feel energies that time itself. So for me, it's a problem if I can't sleep with everybody. I can just pick up all what's going on in with her. But then because of my father, I had to sleep with her.
So why didn't you
And
consider doing an energy shield on yourself?
that time, ma'am, I didn't know. Yeah, this
Amazing.
is long, long back.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so finish off your letter.
Okay.
And I'm not very optimistic about meeting up tomorrow, as I said already.
Okay.
My schedule for tomorrow is already made. Every Friday and Monday schedule is made for me. Not sure if I'd be able to tweak it because I get too tired after all that.
Mm.
Right. So if there is a possibility, I'd ping. Otherwise, we are meeting up on the next Tuesday.
Okay.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah. So if anything you feel like, I want you to contemplate on your mother's life whenever you find time. See if you're able to pick up any patterns that are repeating in your life, and kind of note it down somewhere because we have to work on all of that. Right. Chalo, see you then. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ankita.
Bye, Ripa.